Good morning, my relatives. This is Frankie with Society of Native Nations. I'm out here in San Antonio, Braun Station, at Braun Station Elementary School, advocating for the deaf community, standing in solidarity with these parents and teachers that are out here trying to protect the deaf community's rights to having aid in classrooms. That's been taken away from them, that has been told to their parents that they were getting that aid when they were not getting that aid. So they're out here advocating for the children. And this issue does not just affect the deaf, the non-native community, but also the indigenous community. It affects all communities, as we have deaf relatives in all communities. So we're out here standing in solidarity with them, and kind of want to show you some of these signs and where we're at, and how long they'll be out here all day today and tomorrow and Friday. So you can come out and support, But let me have you talk to a few people, have a few people tell you what's happening, what's going on. So give me a second here. Let me turn this around. Here's the elementary school that we're standing at. Got a bunch of relatives over here. Got some signs.
He's discriminating against the deaf staff. The staff is actually leaving. There's only like deaf staff left. I have to mention, there's not enough teachers to they start doing signs on required. That's why they're out of line. So they're robbing a Paul.
All right, tell us why we're here.
Hey, we're here. See, I should be signing too.
Yes.
I'll try.
Great idea.
So we're here at Braun Station Elementary School in San Antonio, Texas. This school has a regional deaf program, and they should be, working for the deaf kids, but they're not. They took away the AI classrooms. They are breaking IEPs, which is the law. So if you break an IEP, you break the law. There are deaf kids that are not permitted to sign. Well, actually, they don't get to communicate with each other. So they're isolating deaf kids. So we got deaf kids over here, and they have nobody to talk to. Gosh, I kind of do list. The principal here says there's no such thing as deaf culture. He has told many parents that does not need to sign to a deaf child. So right now we're here. Well, it started with my pastor Regina, and her daughter is, gosh, I forgot how old Miley is. Miley is 6, 7, and she's here, and she's not getting the services that she's promised, and I mean, they're her rights. Like, we need to support all these deaf kids. I mean, many of them they've stopped signing. They feel bad. I've heard some of the stories that the parents are saying that, like their son's coming home with headaches and their eyes are hurting because they're staring at interpreters. They don't have deaf teachers. They don't have the deaf counselor. Actually, they fired her because they said that she was not qualified, but she has more certifications than the other one. There's just so much that they've taken away, and I think what's been really bad is all this happened without telling the parents. So the parents didn't even know anything about this. They changed the program without telling them. They stopped doing what the IEP said without telling the parents. The Texas Association for the Deaf, is it? I forgot the sign for president. President arrived here and he's here to support, and he's here helping Regina and the other parents, telling him all that is here to offer. And yeah, that is just awesome. We have another mom here that her daughter actually is an interpreter, and she's going to school she's going to school for interpreting, and she's like 20, she's been, sorry. So she's here just to support for her daughter who lives in a whole nother state. The other ones are parents, and we have an interpreter that arrived here. Thank you to Lisa Cryer, who actually lives in Chicago, and she called her, and here she is. She came here to help us, which is amazing. And I really need to finish the sign. We need to interpret, or you should interview, I don't know, who wants to talk about Gina? You should come talk.
Perfect.
Here's Gina.
Hello.
He's live. I think he's on Facebook.
We're
right now.
live streaming right now to Society's page to let the community know what's happening and what's going on, and how we're standing here in solidarity, that this issue doesn't affect one community but all communities and all people.
Yes.
So, we want to make sure we get all the right information out to the community so they can, bring awareness, if not here with us, but in their own communities. Throughout the nation, because this issue affects children, all over this country, all over this world.
Yes.
And we want to make sure we bring that awareness to our communities.
Absolutely.
So if you can, tell us a little bit about what was happening with your daughter.
So with my daughter, we have ARDs that put certain IEPs in place. By law, the school is supposed to be following these IEPs, which is individual evaluation plan for each student. And if they don't follow these laws, it literally is breaking the law. So what's happening is she's not getting the accommodations that she's supposed to have. She's supposed to be being pulled out of her classroom and have her special education in a whole nother classroom, and in a setting where it's
No, teacher. I'm all getting
in a setting that is not going to be, what's the word? There's not a lot of stuff going on. So right now they have her in the back of her classroom in a full of 20 kids, hearing kids that are doing different things. So her special education is actually happening in the back of the classroom, and they should be pulling her out when she's in a more inclusive environment, which just means that there's just her and the teacher and no outside noises, because she's half deaf. So if she's listening to the teacher and things are going on, she's not being able to learn very, very well. Right now the school is understaffed, so they're not able to accommodate all the special needs, deaf or half hard of hearing kids in the school. So basically they're robbing Peter to pay Paul. So it doesn't matter whether my child is getting the accommodations or not, those accommodations are being pulled from another child because there's not enough staff members to cover everyone. They're not able to hire new staff members because no one wants to work in that type of environment where they see what's going on. The principal is not advocating for the deaf children at all. At one time he was great, he's not anymore. He does not advocate for the children, nor do I believe he even believes in deaf children. So basically right now the district seems like they're willing to help, but right now I think what we're battling now is the principal, because the principal is the one that I believe is not allowing these accommodations to be facilitated by his school. So I want the school to either move the program or move the principal. So basically that's where we are right now, and that's what I'm going to ask for.
So we're looking for accountability and for some changes.
Absolutely.
Okay, and how long are you guys gonna be out here today, and will you guys be out here any other day?
We're going to be out here today until about 3:15. Tomorrow we'll be out here Thursday and Friday, and we'll be here from 7 o'clock to about 8 o'clock, 8:15. Basically when school pick up and drop off, just so the parents are aware, the hearing parents are aware of what's going on. So after school 15, but that's only, so it's only 2 hours for the next 2 days, in the morning and afternoon during drop off and pick up for the school hours.
Okay. And is there any other information you want to provide to them, or where they can look up more information to find out how they can support, stand in solidarity with you guys?
Absolutely.
And is there anything that they can do if they can't make it here physically?
If you can't make it here, if you can write the school board, write the district, and let them know how you feel about this particular situation. A lot of the information is going to be on Mida's page, and we're going to create another page to where you can be able to access it through Mida's page. So
and we'll go ahead and post that information on this live stream also, so that way that information can be accessible to everyone. So we want to make sure we get the information, the phone numbers, the addresses, where you can write, send emails, give calls, to demand that they listen to our voices, to stop the disrespect, to stop the discrimination, to stop the violation of their basic human rights that are supposed to be provided to them in schools, which is communication, to be able to communicate with their classmates and in a learning environment. So we're gonna ask those people, is there anything else you guys want to put in there?
Most of the information is pretty much going to be posted. It's a lot of information, so we'll just have it posted to the site so they can just read over it. It's basically just a violation of the Deaf Civil Rights Act for the students. And it's totally against the law. So they just need to follow the IEPs. That's basically exactly what it is. Follow the IEPs, follow the law.
And we're asking all communities, all different backgrounds, to come out and support and stand in solidarity, stand here and help all these people, these administrators accountable for their actions and neglect. And so we're asking everyone to come out and stand. So thank you.
For all my deaf friends that get to watch, sorry, my ASL. Oh my gosh, I have not interpreted or even tried, so apologies. But if you need anything, please just contact me through Facebook or wherever it is. You can find me on Instagram, on Facebook, and on Twitter. Just let me know. Sorry about the ASL.
All right, so we're gonna see our officers over here.
Oh my gosh, that was so hard. I have not even.
You're so awesome. Okay, we're all gonna go. Okay.
You getting that picture or no?
All right, so you're here.
Working hard.
What is your name, and you have kids at the school?
My name is Deborah. I have one kid here and one kid at Stevenson and one kid at Brennan.
And how important is this issue to you, and how does it affect your family?
It is very important. It affects my two sons the most because they're ASL. And so that's the hard part, is now that they're telling him, my younger son, he cannot sign. And so that is a big issue for me and for my family as well.
And this issue does affect like his education and slowing it down,
right.
and
Yes.
making it more difficult, more of a longer term learning experience than necessary, because they're not providing the services
Right.
needed for his education.
Correct. And he's a little interpreter, so that's what they're taking away from him, because he can't now. He likes to interpret for people, and so if he doesn't want to sign, then he can't interpret for somebody else. So it's a no.
Well, I appreciate you coming out.
Oh, thank you.
How about you? Where'd you come from?
I'm from San Antonio.
Right on.
My name is Michelle. My daughter is a deaf education teacher,
Oh, right on.
and I support her passion. So I'm here.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate you coming out. So, if he can introduce himself.
I'm not doing the interview for this one. So you can say who's gonna.
We're live streaming.
Okay, well, hello. My name is Mike Swoboda. I'm the president
want to stand up just so I can hear you?
Okay, I can talk.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm the president of Texas Association for the Deaf. I live in Austin. I'm here to support their endeavor. My daughter, Regina, the mother of Liana, and we want to empower them for deaf rights, to provide the best quality of life for deaf students and their needs too, including deaf education. So no rights should be taken away from deaf children, and same with adults, and that's something that I'm involved in, and we would appreciate anyone else coming to support, and we're very happy to be here, and we will have a meeting with Northside School District pretty soon, and I have suggested to them to set up a task force to also set up a media plan, so that doing this live streaming is fantastic, and having a PR campaign involving all of this with social media and everything else that can be included. We need more people like you to come out and stand and support this endeavor, and we thank you for watching me. I really appreciate it and love you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And if you could say your name and where you came from.
No, I'm okay.
Oh, no?
No,
Okay.
Thanks.
All right.
You're fine.
Hello.
So who's this?
Kara, that's her daughter.
My daughter.
Hi.
Rebecca.
Say hi. We bought food. You guys gotta be hungry.
It's societyofnativenations.org.
I don't know how you function. Oh, Dude just started with her daughter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
And she's suing the district. Like a
So ask her
Sorry.
Ask her.
her name and
Like, here we go.
why she's here.
He wants to interview you.
No, you. No, wants to interview you. Why
How?
you here? Right now.
Hi.
You're live on Facebook right now.
Hi, I'm live on Facebook.
Oh. Hey, that means you can sign for yourself, right?
Sure.
Look at the cute little baby she has.
We're here to support deaf children.
So, she's like, okay.
Like this one.
Like-
Well, she's not deaf yet.
So,
Do
Mom
it
is
for the
deaf.
children. All the babies. Right?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful,
All the
beautiful.
babies.
Well, you can say, you know what? Because you said that you're part of the you were in the deaf program for what, 13?
13 years since I was first grade.
Yeah, so she was in the deaf. You can talk. I'm just gonna ask you questions. You can talk outside, right? I came from the side. She was part of the deaf ed program for 13 years. Where did you hear about
weather
this?
and it said the
Where?
This
On Facebook.
on Facebook, and she came to my house and she helped with posters. She helped. Oh my gosh, ideas. She's been awesome. I'm really happy she's here.
It's a group of really angry women.
Oh, yeah, some really angry women. You're right. I saw really pissed off women. Right? So it's been awesome. Is there something you think you want to say that's really important? So just tell everyone on Facebook.
It's really important to keep the deaf education program the way it is, like I
Like when you
was
had it.
when I was a child. But the changes they're having is not okay, and it's making people really angry.
Like, I want more coffee.
So again, all these relatives, beautiful people out here fighting for deaf education for these young people at the Braun Station Elementary School. If you come out, stand in solidarity, stand with them to show support. If not, we'll post the information to call the schools in the district to demand that changes be happening in a positive way, and those that are responsible for having these programs put at risk and taken away from these children, from their learning environment, that they be held accountable. So again, this is Frankie with Society of Native Nations. We'll come back and give some updates later this afternoon. Thank you. Have a great day.